Hey loves. No, I haven't been recording or doing any vlogs the last few days, maybe last past week or so. Sorry, not sorry, life, you know, life happens. But what I'm getting ready to do now is I'm getting ready to clean off our homeschool corner slash rack. We do most of our homeschool stuff and where we keep most of our home things in our dining room. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and straighten it off. I haven't really messed with it since we finished our school year in June. We had the whole month of July off, and we're getting ready to start back homeschool on Monday. So I'm just gonna go through, clean off this shelf, take out, I don't keep everything that the kids do. I keep major things and I keep certain things for their portfolio. But I don't keep everything. So I'm just gonna go through notebooks, go through composition books, go through our books period, see what I can move to the side or put away or that we no longer need for this up and coming year. And then just organize everything that we have for this year. Some of our books are still coming in. We haven't received all of them yet. I have two health books and our student edition of our biology book. I had the teacher edition today, but the student edition of our biology book is on its way to us. It should be here tomorrow. But for the most part, we have everything else. We have our English books for this year. We have our math books for this year. So I'm just gonna go through and yeah, just go through and organize this shelf a little bit, get this corner situated, and so we can be ready on Monday. And so you guys can take a look at what I'm doing. All right. Can you see me? Can you see me? Okay. All right. So my husband has put stuff on this rack that doesn't belong on this rack. And so now what I'm going to do is just take off the stuff that doesn't belong. So like these propane tanks. When COVID first happened, my husband was convinced that, it was going to be a complete shit show and we were going to have to be cooking on our propane grill. So we bought a whole bunch of propane, bought a whole bunch of water, all the good jazz. We use all the water, but the propane is, of course, still up here. So I'm going to move that and just organize in this corner a little bit. Don't fall on my face. This is our microscope. I bought this our first year of homeschool because my daughter wanted one. And we haven't really used it, but I think this year, since we're going to be doing a lot of biology, stuff in biology, we're really going to be using it this year. It's not really like a big high-tech one. It's like a introductory little kid scope, but I'm most likely going to get like a very good high-tech one this year as well. You guys look out for a video for that because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get one and I want to show it to you guys. But this is just one, like I said, I think I got this off Amazon. I got that. And then I also got these slides. They're pre-prepared slides of different things like flowers and bugs and stuff like that. So with us going into biology this year, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a very high-tech one. And so I'm going to be doing my research and looking up on how to get that. But we're still going to use this one. Probably going to keep it. I'm not going to give it away or anything. We're probably going to keep it for a while. And that way we'll have two like this one. And then we'll also have a high-tech one, a really good high-tech one to use throughout the rest of our homeschool journey. So I'm going to leave this up here. These are our posters that I keep rolled up here. So let's do this. Let's go through these things. This is a project that she did last year. I'm going to keep it. I also took a picture of it to put it in her portfolio. But it's a project that she did on landforms. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. This light is not the best. But, come on. There, no. Anyway, this is, yeah, there it goes. This is something she did, a project that she did. I took a picture of it to put in our portfolio, but we're also going to keep it for a little while. But that's something that she did. And she basically used a canvas. Well, she could probably take this off and still paint on this canvas, which she's probably going to want to do because it's an empty canvas, right? Yeah. So yeah, so these are the kind of things that we do, different projects, and you know, I keep these for a little while. I also take pictures because something like that I put in the portfolio.
This is like all wet.
I'm putting trash.
Yeah.
So I'm just going shelf by shelf, and going through the stuff we have. Some things I didn't even know that we have, so I'm just going through, and going through all the things. I don't know why do we have rocks in this container? What's these rocks for? Amir, Elisha, what are these rocks for?
Oh, that was for a project, a science project.
Do you still need them?
Yeah, I poured them out outside.
If anyone is like me, so every time I go to the Dollar Tree, my son picks up a pack of index cards or a pack of flashcards. So I have tons and tons of flashcards. Some of them don't even go with each other. They're just tons of random flashcards. So I don't throw them away. I keep them because I figure I could always use them for something. Not sure what just yet, but we can always use them for something. See, look, just packs of flashcards, right? They were only $1, so you know. But every time he goes to the Dollar Tree, he thinks that we're supposed to get flashcards. So that's mostly what's in here. What are these? Mira was going over her states. She made some flashcards for those. Even the flashcards that we make, I keep those too. Again, I never know when there's no point in me remaking flashcards. Like if it's something we've already done, something that we may have to go back to, or it comes up again throughout the year, I can easily go back to that and use it instead of creating more flashcards. So that's that. I bought this we're probably going to use this year for Elijah. This lighting really does suck. I hope you guys can see me. But we're going to use these for Elijah this year. I bought these like 2 years ago. I saw them on clearance somewhere. I want to say like maybe I got them from Target. I'm not completely sure. But I'm going to use these this year for him because we're really going to be focusing on his alphabet. He knows how to count to 10. He knows most of his colors. He knows his shapes. He loves the shape pentagon. I think he just loves saying it. But he's not doing, he's only 3. So it is what it is. But we're going to probably start focusing on his alphabet a little bit, at least identifying identifying letters, especially the letters in his name. So I'm going to use these a lot this year. But these were up here. Yeah, there's mostly flashcards and index cards in here. So I can put these back up. I also got these for Target a couple years ago. I get things sometimes, especially when for Elijah, when I know like, okay, we might need these. But I got these a couple years, if not last year before last at Target. And they're just, they're felt money. And they have like the little coins and the dollars, just, to start doing some counting with money. That's up here too. So everything in here is good. And so we're good on pencils and pens. I think the only thing I'm going to have to get as far as like writing utensils is I need some dry eraser markers. My toddler, he loves to get their markers, and he enjoys getting the markers. I guess you guys can't see me anymore. He enjoys getting the markers and scribbling on them, scribbling all over the place with them and then leaving them uncapped and then they get dried out. So I have to get some more dry erase markers and probably go get those today. I try to keep this kind of organized, like all markers, all pencils, all pens. It does not usually stay that way just because I'm the only one that does it. So, but it is what it is, right? More flashcards. And listen, I say this all the time. You do not have to have a homeschool room to homeschool. Don't feel that pressure. Don't feel as you have to have a home, like a whole get up, a whole homeschool room, looking like a classroom, or whatever the case may be, and think that you have to have something like that set up in order to homeschool your children efficiently. You do not have to have that. We don't have a homeschool room. We homeschool whatever. If you guys have seen my Insta stories, we sometimes homeschool from my bed. Like my son and my daughter will come and sit on my bed and we do the things in my bed, especially when I'm not feeling well or I'm just tired, whatever the case may be. That's what we do. So don't think that you have to have that to homeschool your children efficiently. We homeschool wherever. Like I said, we don't have a separate homeschool room. I have a corner in our dining room that I set up our books and stuff like that. My son has a corner in our living room that he has all his toys and educational things over there. We homeschool at the dining room table. We homeschool in the living room, on the floor, on the couch. We homeschool in my bedroom, wherever we're at. Like we homeschool outside. We put a blanket outside and we go outside and sit up under the tree and we homeschool. Wherever you feel comfortable, wherever your children feel comfortable, wherever they want to learn. I just let them be free to do that. It doesn't have to be set up like a classroom. It doesn't have to have a whole classroom room to do it and to be for your child. That they can learn anywhere. It doesn't have to be in that type of setup. I just wanted to share that and kind of stress that to you guys a little bit. Top 2 shelves are done. Got 2 more shelves to go. So these are 2 books that I got in the beginning of our homeschool journey. They're the Comprehensive Curriculum of Basic Skills books. It's for 5th and 6th grade. I haven't decided if I'm going to either gift these to someone or maybe do like a book giveaway or sell them back to Amazon yet. I'm not 100% sure. We didn't write in these books. So what she would do is she would actually copy the problem and then do the problems, and then I would grade them or check them. So these are they're good books. I didn't use all of the books for like the full curriculum. I just use it as to be able to supplement for different activities. So if I needed like, I don't know, a worksheet on nouns, or I needed her to do additional work on nouns, then I would just pull them from these books those years. And we still have them. I'm not sure if I want to give them away yet because it's possible that I can still use these. I just haven't decided how. So that's the thing. So you go through your books, figure out what you can still use, what you still want to use. You know, if you want to give something away, if you want to sell it back, or see if it's able to be sold back on Amazon or whatever the case may be. And then, you know, go from there. Especially if your children are close in age or close in grade levels. So if I had I don't know, my daughter's in 7th grade right now. So if I had like a 4th or 5th grader, I most definitely would have been keeping these. But my son is only 3. They're 9 years apart, him and my daughter. So he's 3. So I don't see the point in me keeping these right now. But again, I have to sit down and think about it. I'm not 100% sure. And then whatever I decide to do, I will either do a book giveaway, giving these away, or I will sell them back. And so that's what I'm just going to be doing with all my books on the shelf. I'm just going to be going through them, seeing what I want to keep, what I don't want to keep, and then deciding what I'm going to do with the things that I don't want to keep. So yeah. This is our book for this year. So of course, when this one is, I'm keeping this one. keep that one. Probably because I'm homeschooling my brother. I love this little thing. It's a little drawer. If Amir has to do any type of papers or anything like that, or if it's something that I have to print worksheets for her to do, or if she has to do a report and she has to type it up and turn it in, or whatever the case may be, she puts them in here. And so because I'm going to be homeschooling my brother this year, I'm thinking about going to get another one. That would one will be for Amir and one will be for him. They are the same age and they are the same grade levels, but he has different interests as her, and so they won't. For the most part, their curriculum is the same, but it has different things. So like her interest and the things she's passionate about currently is going into the medical field and childbirth and looking into becoming a doula and all that stuff, right? And so and with him, he's more so into coding and creating and designing video games. My daughter wants to learn Japanese. He wants to learn Spanish. So some of their things that they have outside of their main curriculum is a little bit different. And so those assignments for them will be different. And so therefore, I kind of need to just keep them separated so they know who is who and what is what. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to get a second one of these and put it right up here. That way it'll be his. But I'm going to go through these and see what's in here. See, these are some worksheets, some old assignments that she's done. I'm going to sit down and go through these, but I'm going to empty this out. But it's a new year, so we're starting fresh new things, right? And so I'm just going to take these out, and I'm going to sit down and go through all those papers later. But I'm going to empty these. That's easy. And then I'm going to get another one for my brother and sit on here. The art of argument. So the art of argument, me and Amir went through this last year.
Yeah.
Went through this last year. I'm not ready to give this away. It's the teacher edition and the student edition. I thought this was a super, super dope book. It taught us about the informal fallacies. And so we went through the book pretty quick. So we did a fallacy a week. But what I'm going to do this year is we're going to dive even deeper into the fallacies. So I'm not going to throw these away yet. I'm going to keep them. And plus, I'm pretty sure my brother has no idea what fallacies are. So I'm going to introduce fallacies to him this year. And so I'm going to be keeping this book for sure. This is a biology book that we tried. And my daughter just wasn't rocking with it. She didn't, she wasn't feeling this book. And we tried biology a couple years ago, just like intro to biology. She wasn't feeling it. She wasn't getting it. And so we kind of just like didn't continue with this biology. And so this year we're basically doing like a high school level biology because she's more into it now. But I haven't decided. Maybe I'll do a book giveaway and give these away to someone, a parent that wants to go into biology, wants their children to have biology. But it's the children's book, it's the lab workbook, and then it's also the teacher's manual. And so yeah, I'm not going to keep this. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to for sure give this one away as a book giveaway to a family. go through all of these papers. That's what happens when you don't go through them on a regular. It gets outrageous. But hey. Am I the only one that has children that you ask to buy them to buy for you to buy them things and they don't use it? That's my daughter. So yeah, I love happy planners. After I use them or after they're done with, I don't like to throw them away because I feel I can always use the backing and the rings again. So I kind of keep them, or like to keep them rather. So until I decide what to do with those bad boys, I'm gonna put them right there. I bought my child a bunch of stem kits. Yeah, I bought my child a bunch of stem kits from Key Factors. I love Key Factors. She's super dope. I'll leave the link for her in the description. But yeah, I don't know what it is, but she, you know, kind of like fell off from doing it. Notebook. Full notebook. This is math, which is full. Social studies, which is not that full. Full notebook. So when we haven't done, like we haven't finished the notebook, I just go through and just tear out. And she can still use this notebook because it still has paper. I don't waste anything. Let's see, biology, kind of the same thing. Go through, work it out. Not wasting nothing. So these are just get years put on them, and I do keep them for a little while. Just keep them a little while. These are stem kits. Stem kits that I ordered from Key Factors that my daughter didn't do. But she will be doing them. Her and my brother. Whether you think they know it or not. So yeah, I'm almost done. I'm surprised at how done. I don't know how quick that went. But I need a box or something to put these in. Yeah, that works. Voila. And the stem kit information. Oh, come up here. Where's my phone? I find it easier just to do composition books. You know, a composition book for each subject, and we go that way, our notebook for every subject, and we just go through it that way. That's just my preference. What I find to be easy for us. All right, and so this light sucks. All right, so I'm done with cleaning our homeschool corner, and I can show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so again, this is our homeschool corner. We are in our dining room. We do not have a separate room for our... Every time I start talking, I start sneezing. Okay, this is our homeschool corner, or a little rack, or whatever you want to call it. We don't have a separate room from homeschool. That's our back door. Just to show you guys, like, this is our dining room. This is where we do, I guess, the majority of our homeschool stuff, or this is where we hold like our homeschool books and all that stuff. So I just want to come through. I just finished straightening it and cleaning off the rack and everything from stuff from last year. So I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. Those two desks I actually got from a friend. I think her mom's job was like giving them away or getting rid of them or something like that, and so she snatched two for me, and so that's where I got those tables from. I got them a couple years when we first started homeschooling. The kids use them sometime from time to time, or I might sit them outside and we do some stuff outside, but you know, I have them just in case. It's not a necessity. You don't have to have them or have a desk or anything. We just pull chairs from the dining room table up to those, and they do their thing. But yeah, those are tables, our two little desks. That's my dry erase board that I use from time to time, and then this is our rack with all of the things on it. So up top we just have posters. We have our posters anytime that she does a project, and I do keep her major projects, so some of her projects that she's done on posters are up there. I have the lamination machine, microscope, some folders and dividers, and some other stuff on this rack. Those pink and purple little bins, those are like where I keep my books or the things that I use for homeschool. This bin is all of our flashcards. Here's our pens, pencils, and markers, some paper and notebooks. This is where all of our actual textbooks are at. I'm going to get a second one of these. This one is for my daughter, and since I'm now going to be homeschooling my brother, I'm going to get a second one for him to put up here. So I'll just slide these books over and then put his up here. And so any type of reports or anything that needs to get due, they will put them in there. Or if there's any worksheets that they have to do, they will get them from there and complete them and put them back. And that way, at the end of every week, I just, go through, grade them, make sure they're getting the concept of whatever it is that we're going over. These are most of the books that we're going to be using this year. That's our grammar and comprehension book, our biology book. There's math. That is our binder, our portfolio binder for the year. And these are some additional books that I have to go through and decide whether or not we're going to keep them or if I'm going to give them away. And then I have, see if you guys can see that, I have two crates down here. Two crates. One's one for my daughter, one's for my brother. And in those crates, they would just put their notebooks. So we have notebooks or comprehension books for every subject, and then they would go in there. So I can keep their things separate. I know who is who, what is what, and they'll have different comprehension book, composition books, or notebooks for each subject. And then when I go through to grade anything or to look over any work that they're doing, I will just pull them from there. So that's it. That's our homeschool rack, our homeschool corner. Like, that's it. Nothing fancy. Didn't spend a bunch of money. Those desks were free. Don't quote me on how much this rack was. We got it from Walmart, like 4 years ago, I think. So don't quote me on that, on how much that was, but it was a little bit, probably like 40, 50 bucks, something like that. If that, I don't remember. Don't lie to you guys, but that's the rack. These two things, these tubs, those were from Target. Just, and I didn't buy all these things at one time. Keep that in mind. I didn't buy all these things at one time. Now, when we first started homeschooling, I did get this whiteboard, and I think I got it from, I want to say I got it from, I got it from Hobby Lobby because they had like a super, super good sale on all like dry eraser boards and cork boards. And so I got it from there. And I think it came with those 2 magnets, and it came with like 1 or 2 dry erase pens, which Elijah had let dried out. So I got that in the beginning. So again, keep in mind, I didn't get all of these things. This rack I didn't get until maybe our second year of homeschool, or maybe halfway through the first year, because I needed someone to put everything. But keep in mind, I did not purchase those desks. They were given to me. So again, keep in mind, I didn't purchase all of those things at one time. These is just things that I have purchased over the years to help me stay organized, to help the kids stay organized, and to just make our little homeschool journey, not little, I'm not gonna call it little, make our homeschool journey go a little bit smoother. But yeah, this is it. Again, doesn't have to be anything fancy, doesn't have to be a whole separate homeschool room. Like, if you want to do bare minimum, do the bare minimum. This is our homeschool corner. Yeah. Again, those are those boxes up there, those are from Asamiya cookies. I'm going to use those for a project this year, so don't judge me. I'm recycling. But yeah, this is our homeschool corner, and it's in our dining room. The cat food is at the bottom of the rack, but there's nothing down there but the cat food. But yeah, this is our homeschool room. I just organized it, just finished organizing it and throwing out some things. Yeah, you don't have to spend a bunch of money, and you don't have to buy all these things. You don't have to have these things all at one time. Just do a little bit. Don't try to break your pockets to do this. But this is it. And so the next thing I'm going to show you guys is Elijah's corner. That won't be today because I'm tired and the kids want to go out. But yeah, that's our homeschool corner, and again, I'll show you guys Elijah's little corner. He has like a little Elmo desk. He has that he eats at more than he does any type of coloring or anything at, any type of work at. He has, his toys over there. He has like a little educational little rug with like the numbers and the alphabet on it, stuff like that. Didn't do his corner all at one time either. I got it piece by piece. Some of the stuff that he got was for his like birthday presents. So, like, you don't have to spend a bunch of money, and you don't have to, get your panties in a bunch. But, oh, I need to create a homeschool room. Oh, I need to have a separate space. Let your children learn wherever they feel comfortable learning. If it's on the couch with them turned upside down doing cartwheels, let them do it. As long as they're learning, as long as they're getting the things that they need, as long as they're comfortable and they're happy, I say do you, let them do them, and just be happy. This corner is more so for, like this corner is more so for me to be able to stay organized and to keep everything in one place, so books are not all over the house and I'm wondering, okay, where's the biology book? Mom, have you seen my health book? Oh, health books are coming too. Those will be here tomorrow. But Mom, have you seen the health book? When you're done, put them where they belong. Put them back on the rack. And so it keeps everybody just a little bit more organized, and it keeps me a little bit more sane. So if you want to do a homeschool room, go right ahead, have at it. If you have the funds and the capacity to do so, go right ahead. But if you don't think that you have to, and don't think that you're less than because you can't. I don't have a homeschool room. I have a homeschool corner. And it's more so just this rack. We use this whiteboard to work out math problems, and different things like that. Or like if we ever need to have like a full discussion on something and the kids are needing help with something, that's what the whiteboard is used for. Or when I do any type of instructional time with them, that's what the whiteboard is used for. If you don't want it, don't need it, don't get it. But that's just, again, that's us. That's what works for us. And what works for me may not work for you. But yeah, the kids want to go hang out because I guess I've been cleaning all day. So they want to go hang out. They want to go to the bookstore and then maybe to the park. So I'm going to go do that with my babes. And then probably come back and show you guys Elijah's corner. But yeah, just know that, it doesn't take a lot. And it's very possible. And if you don't have a homeschool room, if you don't have a homeschool corner, if you don't have a white dry erase board, or if you're not organized like me, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't have to be that way. Whatever works for you and your family, then that's what you do. So don't even look at me as goals. Don't look at other homeschool people as goals. You can look at yourself and what works for you and your family and your household and your children, and that be your goals. You say what you want for you and yours. That should be your goals, not me or not any other homeschool moms. Now, if you are inspired by anyone else within the homeschool community, that is fine. But don't try to stress yourself out or work so hard to be or to have your homeschool journey or your homeschool room or your homeschool rack or your homeschool, like, don't work so hard to have it set up like anybody else's. You have to do what's best for you, your sanity, your will to want to do it. So yeah, I'm probably rambling, but I just had to get that out. Like, I see people post things all the time. Oh, let me see your homeschool rooms. I need to, I need to know what I need to put in my room. Like, what do your children need? And like, it doesn't have to be based on or centered on what someone else has. What is it that your children need? What do they need in their room, in their homeschool room? What do they need in their homeschool corner? What do they need in their homeschool space? Do they even need a space? Do they even want a space? Those are the things that you should be asking about and thinking about. Again, this is more so for me than for them, to keep me organized and to kind of push them to be organized as well. Because if not, they'll have books in their rooms. They'll have books in the living room. Like, I need things to stay together. Because if not, then I feel like I'm losing my mind. So it's more so for me, the rack, to be organized and stay organized. And also to keep them organized. Right. So they're not asking me, Ma, where's this? Ma, what's that? Where's this? Like, where is it supposed to be? Is it not? If you didn't put it back where it's supposed to be, then you find it. Sorry, not sorry. But if you put it back where it's supposed to be, then there's no asking where is this, where is that, because it's where it's supposed to be. Or when I need to go get the book to plan something or to plan a lesson, like, I shouldn't have to ask them, okay, what did you do with this book? What did you do with that book? It should be on the rack. Again, it's more so for me than for them. And this whiteboard is just for us to have lessons on. But it's nothing fancy. It's nothing, it's just, it is what it is. That's me done rambling for today. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, or, just want to share some love or chat, just leave them in the comments. I look at them all. I answer them all. I go through them all. Yeah, and just send in peace and love your way. Peace and blessings. And just know that if you don't have what the next mom has, that does not mean that you are not freaking rocking it out. Okay? Because you're doing your very best, and that's all that matters. So again, I'm gonna go hang out with the kids because they're driving me crazy, because they're like running around trying to clean up their messes and be like, okay, I'm ready, can we go? So I'm gonna go hang out with the kids, but I'll be back. I also want to come back to show you guys the free books that we got from the bookstore, our used bookstore, which is about 30 minutes away from us. They have a freebie bin, and we go through the freebie bin every time we go, and we always get some good gems. And the last time they went to the bookstore, we got like 6 or 7 good books, like good books that they were giving away for free, and a record, vinyl record. So yeah, I'll come back and I'll show you guys those goodies. But yeah, I'll be back.